So welcome back, guys, on our part 2 of Pinduoduo stock analysis. Yeah. So as usual, okay, I did on another video on part 1, all right, where I shared about their financial metrics. Okay, and of course, a few reasons why we like Pinduoduo lah. Yeah. So if you missed this video, okay, please go and watch it back so that you can understand, what I'm going to talk about on part 2. Okay. So as usual, okay, we separated a few topics into a few segments lah. So we already settled why we like Pinduoduo, and then talk about their financial results. So this time, okay, we will talk about their business model. Okay, now what we need to know here is this: whenever we research a company, we check their financials first. Then we will understand. Okay, this company is quite solid. It feels safe to invest. It seems quite perform well. So the next question is, of course, we want to ask. Like for example, let's take an example on Pinduoduo. Why Pinduoduo can grow so fast? Yeah, because you know why? If in case you all miss out on the numbers, let me tell you this. All right, you can see this blue color bar is their revenue. So in order to know how fast are they growing, let's say for example on 2019, they are growing at 129%, 97, 57, 39, and then re-accelerated, to 89, and then the last 12 months combined, it was 105%. Yeah, so it was an amazing growth, right? Amazing growth. Okay, so the first question, okay, we need to ask is, how come Pinduoduo can grow so fast? Okay, then the next question, whenever we research a company, is, yes, okay, in China, especially e-commerce companies, there are a lot of competitors. How do they deal with it? Okay, what is the overall strategy? How unique are they? What is their difference as opposed to other e-commerce companies? And then lastly, the most question is, can they keep on growing? Whenever we want to invest, right, if you see the past numbers, these are past performance. All right, and then the stock price may have already baked in their past performance and already maybe matched their value already. But when we invest, we want the share price to continue to go up, right? So in order to go up, we must make sure that the company we invest always get bigger, get better. And the only way to do that is to make sure they can keep on growing. Yeah. So of course, the next question you may ask me is, no, Daniel, why the trouble, to go and understand the business model, right? So it's very simple. We need to know this is because we want to have the further confidence, okay, that the company that we invest has a strong business. We want to make sure that their business is also a sustainable one. Yeah, we don't want to invest in a one-hit pony, for example, one-trick pony, good for few 1-2 years only, and then they just, gone bankrupt, or slowed down their growth. We don't want that. Yeah. And of course, we want to identify any cracks in the company in the future. All right. So let's say, for example, there's news that comes out, if you understand the company better, then you will know, okay, that this company, whether is it affected or not. It will help you in your decision whether to buy, sell, or even hold the stock. Yeah. So let's move on. Okay, let's move on here to understand the business model. So what does Pinduoduo do? Okay, so let's get started. Now, in our BIA, right, we always have what we call a research journal, where we literally what it means, like a journal. We put in all our information, all our research inside, so whenever, we how to say, our members, all right, they want to look through how we do our own due diligence. So whenever they go in here means that they get all the information that we ourselves got. Okay, so let's understand the business model. Very simple. They have what we call a Pinduoduo app. In short, it's an e-commerce app. People just go in and they can buy stuff online. Okay, so there are two apps currently right now. So the only difference is Pinduoduo is for China. Okay, Temu is for outside China, for international market. Okay, so before we want to understand how they do their business, right, we must understand, their original background. Then we will appreciate, okay, their current strategy. Yeah. So Pinduoduo's founder is called Colin Huang. Okay. So how does Pinduoduo came about? It's very simple. In 2015, he realized that, WeChat at that time has around, 1 billion people. Okay. But at that time, somehow there's only 500 million are buying on Alibaba and JD.com at that time. So this raises one question for him. He asked this question: there's 1 billion, 500 people are only buying. So where are the other 500 million? And why aren't they purchasing online? So somehow he saw opportunity in this lah. Then he go and research, and somehow he realized that these individuals are actually from the lower middle and working class people. All right. and they are situated in the third, fourth, and fifth tier cities. So of course, now we know, all right, why they don't participate purchasing online first. Okay, is things are maybe more expensive for them. Okay, and then the infrastructure may not develop yet on the third, fourth, and fifth tier cities. So you see, the people who are at that tier of cities, right, who are also lower, middle, and working class, the key factor for them is actually price. Okay, because they always want cheaper option. Okay, they didn't earn much, so price is a very important thing. Okay, so that's why, all right. So let me go through here. Let me go through this. Yeah. Okay. So now that you know the origin of Pinduoduo story, how is their strategy, right? So first, now we know Pinduoduo is currently focused on the underserved 500 million people. Okay, and these people belong to the third, fourth, and fifth tier cities. And we also know that price is their decision factor. Price is very, very important for them. Okay, because they have not much of income. And that's the thing. You must target the right things to them to encourage them to buy. Right? You don't put in, let's say, high quality phones, Huawei, or iPhone, for example, or the luxury bags, don't do that. Items actually, okay, that these people are always buying are the what? The household items and the groceries. So somehow Pinduoduo found out this thing. Okay, they found out these are the underserved market. And so they catered a lot, okay, Pinduoduo on very low and cheap items. So whenever let's say you came across Temu, right, you can see there's a lot of very big discount. All things are there are so cheap, right? Right? Mainly it's because their origin is actually want to give cheap stuff because these are their target market. Yeah. So did you realize, you see, when they are providing household items and groceries, right, they need to always buy, right? They need to always buy because things will finish, your fruit, your vegetables, okay, will always finish, right? Okay. So this somehow, okay, is a sort of a recurring revenue already, actually, for Pinduoduo, in my own opinion. Because whenever you finish, I need to order again and stuff. Okay, so somehow, okay, people will keep on ordering. So it's like a recurring revenue. Okay. So this is the origin of the business model. So right now, how they craft, okay, their business operations, very simple. Now, first, they want cheap price. Okay, things inside their e-commerce platform must be cheap. And then it must focus a lot on household items. Yeah, like the small things, especially like, for example, tissue paper. Tissue paper or toilet rolls, for example, right? Then groceries. Groceries. In China, Pinduoduo heavily focus a lot on groceries. Okay, agriculture focus here. Right, they are very focused on agriculture on the third, fourth, and fifth tier cities. Okay, they link the local farmers, okay, and to the people there, and then help them to sell their products. Yeah. So Pinduoduo there is not only on the items, but they are very focused also on agriculture. So you see, that's the thing. How do I provide cheap price? How do I provide cheap price? So this is their business model that is different, okay, than other e-commerce companies. The first thing is this. You want cheap price. The only cheap price is you need to do bulk buying or team purchase. This is the differentiator, okay, for Pinduoduo. Okay, they are very famous for doing bulk buying or team purchase. Yeah, so I already researched this for you guys. This is the thing. Okay, let me go make it bigger now. So this is how Pinduoduo works. Okay, so let's say you go through, you want to buy this item here. So they always show you, they will show you this. Let's say if you buy alone, it's around 89 yuan, for example. Okay, but then if you do a group purchase, cheaper if you buy more. All right, so and that's the thing. The more people buy, the cheaper it is. So there's a function called ping, for example. There's a button called ping. Okay, so how do they execute this? So when they buy, when they click the button, the ping button, right? There are two ways to go about it. First, they can join an existing group purchase. If let's say the item has a group already, right? They can join together. No problem. They can join together, and then they wait. You know why? Because this kind of offer, right? It's only valid for 24 hours. So it creates some form of urgency and FOMO for these people. And then whenever they hit the numbers, right, they hit that kind of a percentage, right, they feel very happy, very satisfied, and then they will buy. So there's some sort of an impulsive buying created by this Pinduoduo app. Okay. So, or if you don't want to join the existing group, you have your own circle of friends or family already, and you feel that, hey, let's buy it together. So they can initiate a group buy, all right, and then they wait for their family or friends to join. And not only that, okay, they can invite people. They invite. Okay, so they can invite other people and then they wait. So if they hit it, then they just order the confirmation and they will deliver. All right, so this is the differentiating. So they can do also this one. Okay, they do group buying. Okay, and not only that, community group buying. And normally this is for focus on total groceries. And how they further encourage, all right, is that, for example, that once very small kampong city, all right, or okay, they want to order, they can order together, and then there will be one leader in that very small area. Okay, they aggregate all the orders together, send it to one location. So that's how they get all the cheap things. Okay, so, and not only that, okay, Pinduoduo focus a lot on direct C2M relationship. What does this mean? C2M means consumer to manufacturer relationship. By doing this, they further lower the cost of the items. You see, bulk buying is already cheap because the more I buy, the cheaper it is, right? And then they found out that why things are always expensive is because there's a middle person there. Manufacturers send to one person, and then that one person posts their items on the e-commerce website, and then through their e-commerce website, they deliver to the consumer. So there's in the middle, there are a few parties. So what are the costs? Manufacturers send things to the middle person. There's already a delivery cost, and they need to sell it, at a profit. And then, for example, then the middle person had to sell to the consumer. They have to mark up another price again. And then they have to take into account their own delivery costs, right? So that's why there's a lot of increased cost involved. So what Pinduoduo did is they encourage manufacturers. Okay, manufacturers. And the next question you need to ask me is, how come these manufacturers are willing to sell direct to the consumer? Normally, they want to deal with the middle person because this middle person can buy more, right? That's the reason, no? Pinduoduo, by doing this function of doing bulk buying, they serve two people. First, the consumers are happy to do bulk buying because they can get cheaper price. And the manufacturers, who are the sellers, are happy to deal directly with the consumers because they can provide in bulk. That's why. So it serves a win-win situation. All right. And then, of course, they do also agricultural focus. So by how to say, crafting their operation this way, all right, it helps their business and makes it a bit different than other e-commerce companies already. Okay, so the next thing is, of course, okay, they can continue to grow their users. Okay, they grew their users through the team purchase. Let's say, what I want to buy, let's say the simple example, toilet paper. Hey, I want to buy more. The more people, the cheaper it is. Then I send this to my another friend or family. Say, hey, you want to buy? Then these people normally don't want to buy one, but see it's so cheap. Okay, then I also decided to buy. So that's how you can see why Pinduoduo always can grow so fast, right? Okay, and of course, with the team purchase, share to social media or word of mouth, right? And then not only that, Pinduoduo, to encourage people to buy, they use promotions and discounts. All right. So this is essentially how Pinduoduo's business model came about. Okay, it's always through their app Okay, through this app here. Okay, so essentially what you need to know about their business model is, they earn a lot from this app. And what kind of revenue they earn, right? Okay, let's go down here. I remember I did it before. Let's go down here. What is that? How does Pinduoduo make money? So the more people they get inside there, right? Okay, then their platform, a lot of people, right? How do they make money? Two ways. Pinduoduo primarily generates revenue from online marketing services and transaction services. So you see, online marketing services means what? Okay, here. It means they help the merchants to advertise their product on their platform. So they make money actually a lot, currently at 62%, actually from advertising revenue. That surprises me. Okay, so they make a lot from advertising revenue. So why? because I have a lot of people inside. Then these merchants, they want to sell things. They want to advertise inside there. The more I advertise, okay, it will target the right people because Pinduoduo had the database, ma. Okay, so they spend a lot of marketing, okay, and then Pinduoduo earn from there, lah. So when users search or browse, their ads appear alongside regular product listings, and merchants pay Pinduoduo to have their products promoted in these spots. Okay, so this kind of information you get it from the annual report, they also tell us how do they make money here. Okay, then transaction services, simple lah. Okay, when you're using my platform, whenever there's transaction, I need some commission. Okay, but for the e-commerce, we call it take rate. Yeah, quite take rate. So Pinduoduo charges merchants a fee for each transaction made on our platform. These fees cover various services to facilitate the sales. All right. So two ways. Again, they earn money from the advertising. Okay, and then they earn from commission. There are two ways. So currently, actually, advertising is the bulk of their revenue. Okay, 62%. Okay, and not only that, okay, the commission take around 38%. All right. So basically, this is Pinduoduo's business model. Okay, so roughly now we know that already. So to further, okay, convince us, okay, now I know the business model, right? How they grow their business, right? Quite unique. So the next question is we want to ask, what is their competitive advantage? All right. What is the one that protects their business? Okay, why are people going into Pinduoduo as opposed to other e-commerce companies in China? Okay, let's say Alibaba and JD.com. And in my previous video, I think I already showed you, they have been taking a lot of market share from other e-commerce companies also. And then, like I said, we want them to continue to grow. So we need to discover their growth factors and also the valuation. Yeah, to know whether now it's expensive or cheap. Okay, so that's all for my video. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, do subscribe because on part 3, I'll be sharing these 3 things here. Yeah, the competitive advantage, growth factors, and also the valuation. Okay, so subscribe so that you don't miss out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.